in voice classification, we have soprano, we have mezzo, which is like 2 steps down below soprano in terms of range. Then you have alto, you have contralto, you now have tenon, and they have countertenon. You now have baritone, then you have bass. Is that clear? Now, soprano is the highest voice. They are more like those that are saying, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. So their voice is more like that tiny. Not all have this tiny voice. We also have unique soprano singers. The thing is that God created a lot of things. So most times you keep discovering new things every day. There are people that their voice is so wide. They can go extreme low, can go extreme high. So most times people confuse them and put them on soprano because of that part of their high voice. I've met students that have low registers, but they don't know they have until I started teaching them how to use those low registers to sing. You get the idea now. But there are people that once you hear them talk, you don't even need to ask. Just know that this person is an alto singer, like you. You are a contralto singer. There's no female tenor voice. Tenor voice is for men, not for female. So who told you you are a tenor singer is lying to you. Now, a good choir, let me say this here clearly. A good choir is supposed to consist of all these voice types. Now, if you bring soprano, just soprano, and then bring mezzo singers, just the two of them with their different texture can almost create a beautiful combination, unison. When you now add the alto that sings the real alto range, and then now add the contralto with their deep voice, you now have another unique setting. That is almost as if you're having a complete orchestra choir. If you now add the tenon, which is my voice now, tenon voice, all right? Then countertenon are men that have a female voice. They're men that have tiny voice. That is countertenon. If you now have the normal tenor singer, which is like us, that have a little bit deep voice, and then now add a countertenon, we have a tiny or a more pitchy tenon voice, you already have a complete, in fact, it's so beautiful because the lower tenon, which is the deeper voice tenon, will complement the higher pitch singing tenon, which their voice is a bit tiny. The same way the alto that sings normal alto will complement the contralto singers. So you have a balance. Now if you now add your baritone and then add your bass, without even piano, you have a good choir. So, but most choirs don't understand this. Most choir masters don't have this information. They don't even know how to classify voice and where to place which voice and what voice. So they end just pack everything and put there, just sing. You put in somebody who is singing alto on soprano. I've seen that a lot of times. Like, what do you sing? I'm soprano singer. I'm like, sing, let me hear. And I'll be singing alto. I'm like, I'm not a soprano singer. And you see them be losing their voice all the time, right? Because they are straining to sound like the real soprano, but they are not soprano singers. So you are struggling, you are suffering. But a real person that sings soprano doesn't need to struggle. Once you put him there, he's still going while you are straining because you don't have the voice he has. So if only our choir masters will learn how to classify voices and know how to arrange their choir, most of it are losing your voice, won't lose your voice. You are like a square peg in a round hole. When you are singing soprano as an alto singer, you come back every day losing your voice. But if you are placed in the right place where your voice will be useful, you enjoy singing. One thing I want to say is this: no voice is bad for leading songs. Me, in my choir, I always use alto singers as my lead singers because of the flexibility of their voice. They can go low, they can go high. So I always use alto singers. At best, I use mezzo. I hardly use soprano singers to lead songs. Hardly. Unless the ones that has that ability to go low. Because what I mean by low, there are songs you will hear like this and you'll be wondering, can I sing this one? So it's going too low. And you will try to sing it, it won't work. The low tones will be missing in your singing. So only alto singers, most cases, can do that. And then amazingly, some alto singers can shoot their voice. Be like, can she go this high? Yes, some can do that. Alright? So that is why as a choir master, your job is actually to source the right voices and put them in the right places. Because you can be in a choir having problems because you arrange the choir wrongly. Not because you are not a good singer, no. Because you didn't arrange the choir well. You put alto in soprano, so they are all straining. Then you now put soprano in alto. That is why most churches these days, they spend time to audition before they pick anybody into the choir. They will test and know which voice you fall into. And then most times you hear a church doing a particular choir administration where they are switching parts anyhow. You're not going to try it in your own church, it doesn't work.